everybody. It's 3 p.m. and it's time for dinner with Nanny Bubby. And honestly, what a dinner we are having tonight. So as you've heard me mention over the last couple of weeks, that tonight is finally our son's birthday. And as you know, I have been practicing in the kitchen, testing recipes. I will say that he has absolutely challenged me. He's the first one actually in the family who says, okay, I want to create the menu. Okay, I want to decide what I want for appetizer, what I want for salad, what I want for main course, what I want for side dishes. And he is a big proponent of pink box donuts. So the good news is I never have to make a cake or bake a cake or cupcakes or cheesecake or anything else. He loves pink box donuts one time a year for his birthday. So just waiting for everybody to find us today. Come on in, everybody. Walk on in. Come here. It's time for dinner with Nanny Bubby. I know that there's one person is here, but I can't see anybody else. So there we go. Here we come. Everybody's finding us. So let me tell you that, hey Frank, it took you a minute to get here, but glad you're here. So what I want to tell you is that last night, we made the lamb, which is going to be the main course. I did half of it. Hey, Judy, nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Yesterday, I made 5 of these lamb shanks in the morning. And Robin is here. Hey, Robin, nice to have you here. And the other 4 I made with all of you yesterday so that you could see it. So I am... after they cooled, both pots of the lamb shanks, 4 in one, 5 in the other, I put them all in this roasting pan. I just want you to see it. So it's ice cold, so that's why it's not moving when I tip it, and it is completely congealed, which tells me that the bones actually made a really, really thick broth. Hey, Susie, nice to see you. And what I have done is I have scraped off all of the congealed fat that was on top. So what that means is that when I put this in the oven at about 350 for about maybe 45 minutes before we eat, just enough time for it to warm up and get really thick and hot inside and out, it is just gonna make the best meal ever. I have tiny little cocktail forks. I was gonna bring them here to show you. Russell, before you join us, will you grab me one of those little cocktail forks on the table? Just so I can show them. So the little tiny cocktail forks are for eating the marrow out of the lamb shank bone. And so it's quite exciting, and I love that you were here with me as I was making everything. Thank you so much, Judy. Thank you. So Russell is going to bring me the cocktail. Oh, no, wrong fork. the small little tiny cocktail fork. Okay. So while he's bringing me the cocktail fork, he's actually going to come over here on the right side of me. His favorite drink of choice is a dirty martini. We have these fabulous, here's the birthday boy. Everybody say happy birthday to my dear son, Russell Letitia. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
So this is the little tiny cocktail fork, as you can see, that dips in perfectly. It goes right into the bone marrow, so that's that. So, Russell, I have been testing recipes for how long? A month, right? Mm-hmm. And I know, whoops, you got to step into the camera, you're not in. And one of the things, everybody's saying happy birthday to you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. So one of the things that I am always taken by is you are the only one in the family who literally says, this is what I want for my birthday. I want this for main dish. You know, you go all the way through it. And I love that you do that. I really do. It makes my heart warmed. But one of your favorite chefs is Giada.
Yes, I love Giada.
And what is it about her that you love in her recipes?
She just cooks great Italian food, and I love it.
I know. I feel like, so half of our family is Jewish and the other half is Italian, and believe me when I tell you, no one likes Jewish food over Italian food, but I really feel like the Italian side of you really sings when it comes to food. Yes? Mm-hmm. Okay. So for your birthday, you not only does your Italian side sing, but I feel like your French side sings. So this is Grey Goose. You prefer it over every other vodka. Why?
It's just, in my opinion, it's just a high quality vodka, and I love it.
Yep.
It's good stuff.
It's good stuff. I love the elegance of it as well, right? I love the elegance. And your favorite martini, and Teresa says happy birthday. She's watching. Frank said happy birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah, Susan Conis Thomas is here. She said happy birthday. So sweet, Susan. Thank you for being here. Are you ready to show us? And I will tell you that we have these blue cheese olives straight from Temecula Olive Oil Company. Believe it or not, they make blue cheese stuffed olives, which is his favorite. So with no further ado, tell us how you're going to make a dirty martini.
Well, there's many ways to make a dirty martini. This is just the way that I like to do it.
Okay.
So, Grey Goose.
Do you need a shot glass to measure, or you just
No,
eyeball
it's
it? Okay. So everybody always says this. Oh my God, he's so gorgeous. Everybody says that. You know, everybody says that about you. Oh my God, your son is so handsome. I've gotten that since you were 2 years old.
Just a splash of dirty martini mix.
Put the top on and give it a shake, because I see that it settles. So there you go. Yeah, kind of there. Yep, there you go. Okay. That's a good splash. I like that. Now, if you don't have the dirty martini mix that we bought, what do you usually put in?
Just the olive juice.
Just the olive juice.
The
Okay.
olive, yeah.
Good idea. All right.
All right.
Now, 30 seconds, which is longer than you think. If you count 1, 2, 3, 4. 30 seconds is actually longer than you think it is. But you want to get it really nice and cold. Okay. And there we go. And it's foamed, which means that it's really cold. I love that. It looks like you have the perfect mix of martini and dirty in there. Whoop. Oh, that looks great. Should we pierce some olives? 1, 2. Awesome, thank you. Beautiful. Okay, right in there. Okay, well, if you have a dirty martini in front of you guys, will you raise your glasses along with me? And we will wish my darling son a very happy and healthy birthday. And you are one of the greatest joys of my entire life. So thank you for thanks for choosing me as your mom.
Thank you.
Happy birthday, my son. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. Okay. So do you want to say goodbye to everybody and thank them for joining us?
Yes, thank you for all the birthday wishes.
Okay. All right. So we're going to move on and make the salad now. So this is, let me close this dishwasher. I just was getting all of the dishes that were remaining from the morning's cook off to the side. I'll let you, Russell, take the Grey Goose. I'll put this over here by you. I'll let you take the Grey Goose back to the bar. And you can come get that as well. I will take one more sip of my martini for all of you. And speaking of vodka, my nephew, who is in the liquor distributing business, along with my sister and their partner Jessie, is going to be joining us on Tuesday to talk about a brand new vodka that is being brought to the marketplace by the famous rock singer Usher. It's called Sin Vodka. No better place for Sin Vodka to be than right here in Las Vegas. So we're going to talk about that and Peltier Wines, another fabulous wine, on Tuesday. So it's fun to have alcohol back into the mix. So let's move on to the salad. So there is a salad that Giada makes, and let me just give this a quick toss. It is the most simple salad, and it is basically endive, tomatoes, little tiny cherry tomatoes, and pancetta. If you keep kosher, you can use turkey bacon, and it really has the same effect. The only difference between the pancetta and the turkey bacon is you really need to cut it first in like little 1-inch, cuts down the bacon, and cook it already cut. Don't crumble it after you cook it. You want to cut it up first, and then you want to put it in the pan and cook it. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the endive. Now, you know, there's all this washing that you know that I always do on all of these things. These endive are organic endive. And the point is that I could wash this until the cows come home, but the leaves on the inside of it are never going to get washed. So I actually just peel off the outer leaves like this, and I cut just the tip, and I cut the stem, and then I'm just going to dice off. Here's my compost basket right here. Let me just put it right over here. And I am just going to cut like this. And we are going to put this right into this salad bowl. I pre-made the dressing, so I will show you all of that in just a moment. Judy Wood says, cheers. Thank you so much, Judy. So sweet of you. Okay, so there we go. You'll see how very, very easy this salad is. So just, again, taking off these outer leaves where, you know, during processing someone may have touched. Just take them all off because, like I said, you can wash and wash, but all the leaves are covered, and it really doesn't do you any good with the way these are made. So there we go. And now cutting off the ends. So how does everybody feel about the fall favorite fall meal? I love that idea. And I was thinking overnight. I woke up at 2 in the morning thinking about it because I think about you guys at 2 in the morning. And I was thinking that we'll pull the names out of the hat as usual, and whoever wins, as many times as you enter, we will put your name in the hat. And if you win, then we're gonna get, I mean, everybody's had so much fun cooking with me. And if you don't want to cook with me, then of course you can, you know, have somebody else do it, or you can just ask the person who came in second to cook with me. But I think we've all had so much fun seeing each other and learning to cook with each other that it's really been great. So I love this idea. So next week is Yom Kippur, and I will miss 2 days with all of you. But after that, the week of the 20th or 21st, I think that everybody's favorite fall meal can start, and we'll start the contest, and we will just have ourselves a great fall. I believe that Wisconsin cheese is actually going to be coming back into the fold, and as soon as I know for sure when they're back, I will let you know. But we'll have another Wisconsin cheese contest, which was so much fun. And so it looks like we're going to have a great fall, a great holiday season. I don't know how many of you caught the Channel 8 segment, where I made Roseanne's rosemary skewers, and I actually am doing them for an appetizer for tonight. But just because it's fall, I added to the grapes. I did a grape, a tart cherry, some fontina cheese, a tart cherry, and a grape. And so I really feel like that's awesome. So here we go. I'm just cutting this up. Now I took the lamb out now because I want it to come up to room temperature before I put it in the oven to start warming it. So in re-warming it, some of you more experienced cooks, I was thinking about putting it in at 325 to warm it. What are your thoughts? 325 or 350? I couldn't make my mind up about that. So what are your thoughts? Now also I want to tell you that my daughter is a vegetarian. She eats no meat at all. So, and she eats no broccoli. And as you know, I'm doing the broccoli, the Caesar broccoli as a side dish. Hey, Patty Kennedy, or Keneally, nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Who did I miss? Frank likes cheese. Let's see, 350 to reheat it. And for how long, Judy Woods? Okay, so here is the endive. This is Belgian endive. And what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take these beautiful cherry tomatoes. Look at this. You are going to love this. These have been washed. Of course, they're at room temperature. Look at this. I wish I could tell you they were from my garden, but they are not. My garden, oh my God. I mean, these right here, I can't help myself. These gold tomatoes for about 20 minutes. Okay. Teresa says 350 as well. I feel like 20 minutes is not long enough, Frank. I mean, I don't want to keep cooking it, but at the same time, I want to make sure it's heated through and through. Now I was thinking about 45 minutes. Judy said until it bubbles and hot. You can always turn it down to 250. Okay, good job, Judy. That's a plan. But if you had to think about how long it would take to get bubbly, about how long? I don't want to hold it in there too long. So, as you all know, here is my very favorite kitchen tool. And I don't want to put the tomatoes in here because we're not going to be eating until about 5, even though everybody's coming about 4:30. But what we're going to do is we're just going to put them in here and slice them in half, and then I'm going to put them in here. I waited until now to do this because I don't want them to get soggy, and honestly, I'm still worried that they might get a little soggy. I can always drain them, but there we go, and look at that, all sliced and ready to roll. My favorite kitchen tool. In fact, do you know what? We are going to give away a tomato slicer and a cooking day with Nanny Bubby to whoever wins the favorite fall recipe contest. How many of you cannot live without this thing? If you don't already have one, you can win one right here with Nanny Bubby. And I know Lene, who wins everything, this was the very first thing that she won. She had come on for the very first time. She found us on Channel 8, and she came on to start joining our Gather group, and she put her name in the hat for whatever it was that we were doing at that time. And she won one of the tomato slices. I think we gave 3 of these away. So, okay, there we go. So basically what we're gonna do is we are going to put the sliced tomatoes in with the Belgian endive. We have a salad dressing that is made out of Dijon mustard, olive oil, and white wine vinegar, and that is it. And so this is very simple. It's going to be the Belgian endive, the tomatoes, and the pancetta. Now, as I said, my daughter does not eat any meat at all, and so as a consequence to that, what I did is I bought her sushi, and we are gonna use sushi in her salad, and then she'll have the rest of it as her main course and dinner. Also, she, you know, I was thinking about it yesterday, she hates broccoli, which is our side dish. So usually, as a vegetarian, she eats all the side dishes and has herself a great old time, until I realized that the side dish was broccoli. And I'm like, oh my God, this is not gonna go over well. So I am doing the same Caesar dressing over cauliflower for her. So, okay, here we go. These golden tomatoes, there we go. And I'm gonna keep going. So let's see. I'm happy she wins a lot. I know she wins a lot, that's for sure, Frank. Teresa says it depends on the size and what the pan is made of. Okay, so Teresa, you cannot be late for the show, because when you're late for the show, you miss the important stuff. So let me show you. If you were just a few minutes late and you didn't get here right at 3 o'clock, let me just show you very quickly. I'm gonna, just so that everybody has an opportunity for the right answer. Let me take, and don't you love these fabulous martini glasses? These came from my sister many years ago. So Susie, you can find the tomato slicer on Amazon. Okay, so this is the fabulous lamb. It is in a La Creuset, or as Roseanne would say, Le Creuset roasting pan. And there, you can see how congealed the gravy was, which means that it really cooked beautifully. It's very thick. All 9 pieces of the lamb shank are in this, and it's absolutely fabulous. And so that's what it's in, Teresa. I showed it at the very beginning of the show. I showed this fabulous cocktail fork, which we are using to, at the end, you know, while you're eating the dinner, to take the bone marrow out of the lamb shank. So I have it sitting out now because before I put it in the oven, I want it to come down to room temperature, because as you know, that makes it a much better, much more evenly cooked. Okay, let me pull this back as we keep going. So I like the gold tomatoes more than I like the red tomatoes, because this time of year they're really fantastic. So basically I am going to put the endive back into the refrigerator. I'm going to take these sliced tomatoes. Right before I throw them in the salad, I am going to drain them because they are sliced, and so therefore they are going to let go of some of their juices. Then I'm going to combine this with the pancetta, and I'm going to toss it with, well, first I'm going to take Harmony's out before I put the pancetta in. I'm very careful not to commingle anything. Even if I'm cooking with a fork or a spoon that has touched meat, I will never use that same spoon or fork doing anything for her, just because I myself, believe it or not, was a vegetarian for 7 years. And I just checked on the time frame. She and I both started at the same time because we read a book called Skinny Bitch, which in my opinion, its philosophies are now outdated, which is why I'm no longer a vegetarian. But Harmony has not had that epiphany. And so I stopped being a vegetarian after 7 years. She, however, has gone 7 years past me, and it is actually 14 years now that she herself is a vegetarian. And I have a lot of respect for it, and I always make certain that I never commingle, like I said, even a fork or a spoon or anything that might have touched meat for her, because the thought of that kind of grosses her out. And you know, listen, I always say, no matter what your food philosophy is, when you come through my door, I still have to feed you, so there's always something for everybody. Okay, where can I find the tomato slicer? Susie, you can find it on Amazon. Just type in tomato slicer. I think I already said that, but just in case. Alrighty, let's see who else. Teresa said, so it will heat faster, 30 to 45 minutes is my guess. Okay, there you go. All right, so I'm just gonna do just a few more of these. I'm going to take another sip of my martini so that I'm ready to rock and roll when everybody gets through this door. And we are going to have a great time for Russell's birthday. I'm always very honored that he challenges me to a good meal. He loves Giada. I have to say I'm not as big of a fan of Giada as I am of Ina, but the fact that it's important to him, and honestly, well, there's things about Giada. So these are the things. We have 8 tonight, and with my little grandson, I guess it's 9, but he doesn't eat. He eats, I mean, I'm not even sure what he eats. He, like his mother, will not eat meat. He will eat no meat. And I'm telling you, I've yet to see a child come into this world that doesn't love a Hebrew National kosher quarter pounder hot dog. I'm just saying. And this kid he smells meat and he won't eat it. It is the craziest thing. And yet, he is the biggest brute. He's a brute. I'm telling you, that kid is like, he's got a deep voice for a 2-year-old. He's not even 2 yet. And, but he will not eat anything having to do with meat. So maybe we can get him to eat lamb tonight, who knows? But he just turns up his nose and will not do it. So I think those are enough tomatoes. I'm just gonna cover them right now so that, you know, nothing flies in and touches them. I'm gonna combine this with the Belgian endive. I'm gonna put some in a bowl right now for Harmony so that it is separated, and I'll add a little dressing to her. Let me just show you the dressing. Here I am, hold on 1 minute. Really doesn't take a lot of dressing, but here it is. It's just 2 tablespoons times 3 of olive oil, 1 tablespoon of Dijon mustard, 1 tablespoon of white wine vinegar, and all mixed up. There's no secrets. It's so easy. It's just endive, tomatoes, and the pancetta, and that's it, my friends. That's it. So Rona is here. Hey, Rona. Rona Mendelson, so nice to see you. Thank you for being here. And again, if you keep kosher, replace the pancetta with the turkey bacon. Just make sure you cut that turkey bacon. I would get 3 packages of turkey bacon and really, really continue to cook it until it gets brown, because that's where all the flavor is when you brown it and caramelize all of it. It is just absolutely fantastic. So there you go. Thank you all so much for being here. I just want to remind you of 2 things. Tomorrow, Mary Miel and her daughter, she has an 8-year-old daughter who is in New York City, and they're coming on. They're going to be making pizza. The story is that Mary is quite a career woman. She has an educational business where she tutors, and she's quite successful in New York City. And her daughter and her wanted to take a cooking class together. And it was phenomenal for the 2 of them in terms of their bonding, but her daughter has taken it on, and she has continued to cook even when her mother has late night events, or not necessarily events, but work, and she's home with the nanny, and she literally will cook dinner along with the nanny for all of the family. And I just love that story, and we have had so many of those stories of these young children who are getting into cooking, and I will tell you why. Because it is our natural instinct to know how to feed ourselves. It is survival to be able to grow, cook, and gather. And if you don't grow, you need to know how to go through a grocery store and be able to find things to feed yourself and your children, and to have good, complex, nutritional food that helps you grow and be healthy. And I think children are picking up on that through their natural instinct, which is amazing to me. So I hope to have even more children in more places coming to us and showing us their cuteness and what they're doing. And also remember, if you want to book a cooking confidence coaching call with Nanny Bubby, it's a discovery call, so it costs you nothing. It's just like, if I am stuck and I want to grow in my cooking, Nanny Bubby, what will you do for me? And we'd have a conversation. You go to my Instagram page, and in the link in the bio, it says book a cooking confidence coaching call with Nanny Bubby, and you can just schedule it right through there. So I hope to see some of you. Make a great Christmas gift, maybe for someone you know in your life who would like to learn to cook. I'm here for them. We do it all through Zoom, and it has been an amazing program. I'm so proud of those that I've had the opportunity to help. So, and grow. And believe it or not, no matter who I teach, they also teach me something. So it's a great one-on-one VIP experience, and I look forward to that. So shameless plug, but I hope that you understand that my goal really is just to help all of you, just to be there and help you grow in your cooking, and to have you help me grow, because it's a give and take. So I love you all so much. Thank you for participating in all my test kitchens for my son's birthday, October 2nd, baby shower. Test kitchen is what's coming next. Although we did solve the baby shower béarnaise sauce, right? Like, we went through that 2 or 3 times together, but I finally figured it out. So I'm very excited about that. And the rest of the menu is being combined, so we're going to be testing it, including a vegetable frittata, or not a frittata. Right. Have I had too many martinis here? The frittatas own Station Casinos. A frittata is something you eat at brunch. So there you go. I feel like I'm blushing. I can see it. Okay, everybody, on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, go out and spread love like butter. Love you all so much. Happy birthday, Russell. We love you. Bye, everybody. I have to lean in.